B6. Polygraph. Polygraph is originally the word polygraph is combination of two Greek words. Poly, which means many, and graph, which means writing a chart. Operationally, it is defined as an instrument specially designed to record psychophysiological changes that occur within the body of a person, especially when he is lying. Although modern polygraph are now designed to detect several changes, most conventional polygraph are capable to record, like for example, blood pressures and pulse rate. The second one is respiration, and the third one is perspiration of galvanic skin resistance. The advent of computerized or digital polygraph ensure that aside from the above bodily changes recorded by analog polygraphs, the following are also detected this modern instrument, like number 1, tight muscles tension, number 2, arm shoulder muscle tension, and feet movement. Polygraphy means it is the method of detecting deception. With the aid of the polygraph instrument, it is administered by asking questions to the subject to the case under investigation. So there are definition of terms of polygraphy. Number 1, deception, lying, detection, and emotion. And the last one is fear.
There are personalities, the development or deception detection of polygraph. The field of detecting deception did not evolve overnight, nor the idea of one of the person. Over the years, many studies were conducted different persons to how lying can be detected. These studies were used as the basis of the person to develop polygraph instrument. Number 1, Leonard Keeler. So Leonard Keeler, he developed the mental recording bellows in 1926. He also incorporated the chemograph of the roll chart paper. He used this developed together with the cardio and pino components developed of the first polygraph instrument known today. Furthermore, so si Leonard Keeler is also known as the father of polygraph. He developed the instrument that question. The test is made of using relevant question interspersed with a relevant question, the R and I test. So the next one is George Staker. Si George Staker is also in 1992. He was the first to suggest use the galvanic skin response or the ADA as an indicator of deception. The third one is Otto Viragut. Otto Viragut is the first to make the word association test using the galvanometer. So, do you know already the word association test using the galvanometer? So, the galvanometer was used to detect deception because of its ability to measure emotional disturbances. And the fourth one is John Reed. John Reed, he is the killer's technique. And after testing numerous subjects, he found that in the using of technique, he was getting too many inclusive result and unacceptable error rate. Likewise, he developed a structured method and using comparison questions. So si John Reed now is kauban ni sila si Leonard Keeler o si John Reed. Fifth one is Dick Arthur. So si Dick Arthur, he operated the National School of Lie Detection and developed is known as the lie of probable lie question technique and the guilt of complex question. And the sixth one is Musso. Musso is an Italian scientist who in 1895 theorized that when emotional stress or tension, blood would is rushed to the head. And he built a deliberately balanced board with a center fulcrum. A person lying on the board was placed under stress and blood would rush to his head, causing the board to tilt down at the head. The seventh one is Cesar Russo. In 1895, he used the measurements of blood pressure changes during interrogation using a water pressure apparatus. This water pressure apparatus is known today the hydrospimograph. So, aside ni kabalo naman tayo kung kinsa si Cesar Lombroso sa father of modern criminology. So, si Cesar Lombroso is kabalo siya unsaon pag-detect sa mga lying person. And the eighth one is Dr. William Marston. So, si Dr. William Marston, he established in 1915 the relevance of blood pressure changes in the systolic blood pressure. The ninth one is the Dr. John Larson. Dr. John Larson, he developed the first instrument to record stimulously a person to blood pressure, pulse rate, and respiration changes. This is the first polygraph machine suitable for use in criminal investigation. And the last one is Luigi Galvin. Luigi Galvin, he was accorded to the distinction for develop the galvanic skin reflex or the galvanometer, which records electrical bodily resistance regarding ohms, the lower current ever recorded. The GSR reflected the emotional changes by measuring changes in person's skin's resistance to electricity. There are four major components of analog polygraph. The first one is cardiograph or the cardiospimograph. So cardiograph is the cardiospimograph components that record the changes in the blood pressure and pulse rate of the subject. So means that it is composed of the blood pressure cut of assembly and sphygmomanometer, deep-event, and resonance control and recording unit. So the blood pressure cut assembly inflates the system and the host connects to the blood pressure cutoff, which the blood pressure changes and pass into the record unit. So the word cardiograph magbase sa BP or pila ayang blood pressure if kulba-kulban sa dako siyang blood pressure, and then nagbase sa pulse rate of the subject nga kuan sa cardiograph. The second one is the galvanograph. The galvanograph components records of the skin resistance of the subject using a very small amount of electricity. It is composed of the finger electrode assembly, amplifier unit, and the galvanometer record unit. So the meaning the galvanograph is records of the skin resistance to subject using a very small amount of electricity. So the finger electrode connects to the subject to the instruments in such a manner that the skin resistance is circuit element of the polygraph. So these are or the galvanic skin resistance is a measure of physiological arousal determine the amount of decrease the skin resistance to electricity property due to an increase in sweat gland activity. So kauban siya sa galvanograph. So meaning if you use the galvanograph to determine the amount of decrease the skin's resistance or electricity reported to increase the sweat or iyahang singot. The third one is the pneumograph. The pneumograph components to the record changes in breathing of the subject. So pneumograph is, if they use the pneumograph is to detect or record the changes in breathing of the subject. So if it is made of two units. The pneumograph assembly is to compose the rubber corrugated tube and the beaded chain tube. The pneumograph tube is attached to the chest area of the subject and locked by the beaded chain. The last one is chemograph. Chemograph components the motor that pulls or drives the chart paper under the recording pin simultaneously at the rate of 6 or 12 inches per minute. It also has the chart paper or feed mechanism. The chart must travel at a uniform speed to facilitate valid interpretations. The part composed of the paper guide rails, paper roller assembly, which sprockets, chart feeds, switch, AC power input connector, and also volt DC synchronous motor. Chemograph is found only the analog polygraph.
Chart or polygraphs refers to the composite record of pneumograph, galvanograph, and cardiopygmograph, tracing recording from one series of questions. Other parts of the analog polygraph machine. The digital tracing printer also pen lifter raises the lower spins to 3 positions. Program Picker, a programmable coding device for question and answer piecing. Paper thread bar provides cutting aids for convenient removal of charts. Palm pen hold down keeps pins in place when instrument is being transported. Compartment storage for all forms of supplies, slightly smaller in executed ultra scribe. Connections stylish groupings provides neat professional appearance, facility setup and storage. Mechanical pneumo module recording part of mechanical pneumo module channel. Galvanic skin response module recording part of GSR channel. Mechanical cardio module recording part of mechanical cardio module. Paper storage compartment holds 2 rolls of chart paper or other supplies. Easy power receptacle. Power cords connect here. International standard design for easy cord replacement. Power switch and circuit breaker. Applies power to the instrument. Built-in resistable circuit breaker protects instrument and eliminates the need for fuses to reset. Simple process of on and off. Chart drive roller lever. Lift charts on the 4 paper since removal. Power analyzer automatically indicates whether wall outlets are properly wired and grounded. Instrument operation and subject safety. Stimulus maker marks significant event on the chart. Spigometer dial reads operating pressure of cardio channels. Pneumo 1 pneumatic connection for upper thoracic. Pneumo 2 pneumatic connection for lower abdominal pneumograph. Cut cuff pneumatic connection for cardio channel subject. Cut tubing pump pneumatic connection for hand pump use and inflate the subject cuff. Mechanical cardio switch disengage mechanical cardio module from the pneumatic system for low pressure electronic cardio operation.
Types of polygraphs. At the present, there are 2 types of polygraph used by examiner. First, analog or conversational polygraph. This instrument typically used to conduct polygraph tests consists of a psychological recorder that assists the injector of automatic arousal, heart rate, blood pressure, respiration, and skin conductivity. And the second one, computerized polygraph. New technologies have allowed for the development of computerized polygraph tests, rendering the analog equipment nearly obsolete, most especially in Western countries. General uses of polygraph. First, criminal investigation. It is a valuable tool for investigation. Second, pre-employment screening. It is the fastest and the most accurate means of verifying the statement of job applicants from the derogatory remarks by a previous employment who bears personal grudge of against him. Third, periodic screening. Even after employment, companies require their employee to undergo regular photograph examination. Fourth, promotion. There are instances where the company has difficulty in deciding between 2 or more candidates to be promoted.
Theory of polygraph examination. When a mentally normal person tells a lie, physiological change occurs within his body that could be recorded by the instrument and evaluated by the examiner. Based on the theory, the polygraph test contains relevant questions which are designed to pose a threat to the security of the guilty subject, and control questions which are intended to pose a threat to the security of the innocent or truthful subject. The next is the psychology of lying. A person's fear, anxieties, and apprehensions are channeled toward the situation which evokes his instinct of self-preservation to struggle out from the consequences of the wrong he had already done. And polygraphy, the physiological approach to all these lies, is governed by different types of test and control question prepared and formulated by the examiner. The test contains relevant questions which are designed to pose a threat to the security of the guilty or lying subject. So we have the 6 types of liar. So the first liar is panic liar, and the second is occupational liar, and the third is tournament liar, and the fourth is ethnological liar, and the fifth is pathological liar, and the last is black liar. Then we have the 10 kinds of lies. The first is direct lie, the second is lies of omission, the third is lies of fabrication, the fourth is lies of minimization, the fifth is lie of exaggeration, the sixth is white lie or Binet lie, the seventh is pathological lie, the eighth is red lie, the ninth is black lie, the 10th is malicious or judicious lie. So what is the nervous system? So the nervous system, it is consists of the brain, the spinal cord, ganglia, nerve fibers, and sensory and motor terminals. So the main function of the system is to correlate the nerve impulses in the motor centers, thus acquainting the organism with the environments and integrating the nerve impulses into appropriate or adapted responses. So the nervous system contains center for sensation, emotion, thinking, and many other functions. In short, it deals with communications and regulate bodily activity.